Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. It's me Anil and we are in the series of school online school management system using ASP.NET. In previous video, that is part number 17, we have seen how a teacher can check the student attendance details as well as how can admin also check the student attendance details. Okay, for that we have taken the web form user control. So in today's video, that is part number 18, we're going to see the login and logout part and the active menu part also. Okay, in previous video we have seen the student attendance details. Yeah, okay, click here, you can find that. In admin we have done all the things like your add marks details, employee attendance details. In student we have checked, teacher also, add teacher subject, add expense details, subjects, class, class fees. Okay, so we have done all the things. Okay, now only one thing is left, that is login and log out. So let's stop it. Now we need to take one login page. Right click on the project name, click on add new item, web form. We want web form. Web form. We don't want any master page here, only web form. Okay, we'll give the page name as login. Click on add. uh, I already have one template for the login, so I am going to take the code from there and we'll provide that code link in the description. You can download it from there. Okay, in head tag I have taken the CSS code that is for these here for the login that I will going to use, and here login.jpg. I want image also. In the image folder we have image folder. Yeah, I have this login.jpg file also. Okay, so I'm going to use that. But before that we need to take the reference of the file of the like bootstrap. First of all, let's keep the title school management system. Okay, after title, let's add the reference for the bootstrap, that is the content bootstrap min.css. Here, just drag it and drop here. After that, we want popper js, that is inside the script folder, popper min.js. After that we need to add the jQuery min.js. It's not added. Let's add it again. Yeah, it's now added. Now we need to add the bootstrap JS file also. Here first we have taken the CSS file of the bootstrap. Now add the JS file of the bootstrap. Bootstrap main.js. Okay, save it. Now here inside this form tag we'll copy code from here, from this div to this div, and paste it here. Okay, we don't have right now button click event, so we'll remove it and add it again. On click, create new event. Okay, now let's run and see. Now you can see the one image, half portion is covered by that image and half is used for this sign in text and controls. Okay, here it's by default this email is been highlighted for entering the email address for signing. Okay, now we need to implement the logic on the button click event for the signing in. Okay, let's close it. Go to login.cs page. Now here, first of all, we have to take the value from these controls for the username and the password. Okay, that is the text box, right? But I have taken here input control, HTML input control, not the not the .NET text box. So how we can take the value from this input control, which is acting as a text box. Okay, let's see. Let's take string email input email dot value. The ID of the email input is input email, and the value for taking the value of that ID name of the ID, then dot value. We'll use the trim. Okay, that is for email. And now let's check for the password as well. I think input password here. Dot value dot trim. Now we need to take data table. Need to space the namespace for that. Dot fetch, in that function will pass the our query. It will check the username password whether it exists in the table or not. Okay, so we'll write the select query, select star from teacher where email is equals to email and password is equals to password. Now when the value we get from the query, we need to check it with the username and the password. So we'll check if it's same or match. First it will check for the admin username and the password. I am using the username and password for the admin is admin, that is a username, or you can say the email for the email. Okay, and for the password I have taken 123. So this is the username and password for the admin. Okay, if it's matched, then we'll create one session with the name of user, or can add it admin, whatever, it's up to you. Will provide the email in the session. Okay, the value of the email will going to add in the session of admin. Okay, now after that we'll have to take it to the admin, to this admin home page, right? So we'll have to provide the path that page. So it's in admin folder, and the admin home page is admin home dot xps, admin home dot xps semicolon. So it will take the admin to the admin home page. If it's not the admin, then uh, it will check the value came from the query here. How it will check the data inside the data object of the data table, whether it contains any rows. So it will count it here. If it's greater than 0, means any data has been present in that. So it will check, that means that user or the teacher is be there in the table, right? So that's why that records has been came. Otherwise, if there is no match found, then it will not going to get any data from the table, right? If it's there, then only find any data in it. So if there is any data in it, so it means the teacher is exists with that username and the password. Okay, so now here we need to same we have to do. Only need to change the from the name of the session from the admin to the staff, or can use it teacher also. Okay, here for this uh, response.redirect, where we have to take inside the teacher folder. In teacher folder we have teacher home page. So we'll replace it. Okay, so it will take to the teacher home page when it is teacher, or it will take to the admin when it is admin. Okay, or else what it will do, if both the condition did match, then what it will do, it will show the error message, right? So we have the lbl message label with the name lbl message. So we have to provide the text to that label, that the entered login user is not matched, so login is failed. Okay, login is failed. Then here it's a like a error, you know? So means we need to give the font color as red. Okay, so here we are using booster. We can give the four color label dot four color, but we don't use here booster. We can use now whatever you want. You can use booster class like we have used in all the pages for displaying the message. Okay, but here I'm using simply .NET color, like it's inside the drawing system, drawing dot color, and the color name, that is red, we have to take here. Okay, what happened? Drawing dot color dot red. Okay, I've taken here text by mistake. We have to take here four color. Now there is one, save it. Now it will work. Okay, okay, let's check it. Press F5. In teacher table, let's check the username and password. Like username will have the this, and the password is 123. So we'll log in with this username for the teacher. Okay, let's add breakpoint on the button click of the login. So we can debug it. Okay, click on sign in, press F10. So we get the email value, password value. We'll get the data here. If it's match, we get the data. Okay, here first of all let's check the if condition that the value email value is same as admin and the password as 123. Password is 123, but the email is not the admin, so it's not match. And here we have add or taken the and, not the or. If we have taken the or, then it will gone inside this if block. Okay, but it's a and means both the conditions should be true, then only go inside it, otherwise it will leave it and go further. So here in else if part, it will check like the data is present and greater than 0. Yeah, so it will come inside this part and execute this block. Press F10. You can see the email value has been stored in the session of staff, and it will take me to the teacher home page. Yeah, so our teacher home page has been opened. Now we need to implement this logout also, and in every pages we need to check whether the session has been there or it's been expired. Means if it's there, means the user or teacher is been logged in, then only the session will be going to active, otherwise it will be expired. Okay, so we'll check session in all pages. If the session is true, means there, then it means the user or teacher is been logged in, otherwise we have to take or redirect to the teacher to the login page to login it again. Okay, same for the admin also. uh Now let's do let's check for the this one for the, can say what, for the admin also, login. Okay, let's check for the admin. Press F10. Now it will find no value inside this data table object, and see it's empty because the username, the email and the password is not matched from the table. Now it will check the if condition. If this email, that is admin, it's true, showing true, right? And the password is true, and we have used and, so that means it's true. Can see, showing true, so it will go inside this if block right now. So it will take me to the admin panel. Okay, yeah, as I said, I have to add that the login condition in every pages. Okay, so let's do it. Close it. um, let's start from the admin folder. Close this image also, content. Okay, so the first page is add class, so we'll check here if what we have taken the admin, the session name admin, right? So we'll check this session. It's admin panel, panels page, right? So we'll check with the session name admin, if it's equal to null. That means if the session is not active or the value is null, then what we'll have to do, we have to redirect that admin to the login page. So uh, here we'll take the response dot redirect here, and in that we'll have to provide the path for the login page. Right now we are inside the teacher folder, oh sorry, admin folder, right? And the login page is outside, means at the root folder, at root directory. Okay, here, and we are right now inside this admin. That means we need to come outside one step back. Okay, then we'll be able to fetch the login page. So for to move back one step, so we need to add this, then the page name, that is login.axps. Okay, many of you don't know this part, how it works, so I'll try to explain. If you want, I can explain it again, but I have explained in English. Now I will going to explain in Hindi as well. Okay, so the user who don't understand in English, they can understand in Hindi. Okay, तो अभी हम लोग को लॉगिन पेज पे रिडायरेक्ट करना है, बराबर? तो अभी लेकिन हम लोग जो ये पेज जो हमारा जो है ऐड क्लास, ये कहाँ पे है? एडमिन फोल्डर के अंदर है, राइट? सो एडमिन फोल्डर के अंदर है, बट ये जो एडमिन फोल्डर है, इसके लेबल पे, जो इसके रूट पे या वहाँ पे हमारा लॉगिन पेज है। तो हम लोग जो भी करंट कहाँ पे एडमिन फोल्डर के अंदर है, तो हम लोग डायरेक्टली यहाँ इस फोल्डर में से किसी बाहर का, मीन्स आउटसाइड ऑफ फोल्डर हम लोग एक्सेस नहीं कर सकते फाइल को। इसके लिए हमको क्या करना है, एक स्टेप पीछे आना पड़ेगा, मीन्स फोल्डर के बाहर आना पड़ेगा। तो बाहर आने के लिए जो स्टेप है यहाँ पे, ये यूज करते हैं हम लोग। ओके, ठीक है, तो फिर बाद में हमको हमारा पेज नेम देना होता है। ओके, so this how it works. Okay, so we'll copy this code that is for admins panel. Okay, so inside the admins panel, how many pages are there, we'll apply this code in every pages. Okay, so let's go one by one. First of all, add class is done, and for the admin home also we'll do it. Save, then not for the master page, class piece, save, then employee attendance details, save it. Here in add class, where I have added outside the notice post bag, right? Yeah, so we have to take inside the page load event, and outside outside this if block. Okay, means the not inside the not is post back. Okay, so we have done with these what can say employee attendance details. Then employee attendance, save. Then expense, save. Then expense details, save. Marks details, I think we have taken this user control here. So uh, okay, let's add it, no problem. But it's better to add it in the user control page itself, not here. Okay, let's do it in marks page. Then inside the student, save. Then student attendance details, again it's a user control page that we have taken here as a control, so we don't want that to put here in this page. We'll add in that user control also, in user control page only. Okay, not here. And now let's go for subject, save. Then teacher, save it. The last one here for the teacher, sorry, for the admin is this page, save it. Okay, so we have done with the admin panel. Okay, now we'll go for the teachers panel. Okay, and mass details, it's a know that we have taken user control here as a control, and same for this attendance details also. So we need to add it inside the student attendance. After that, here for the teacher home, save. Then here in the user control, save. One more user control is left, that is student attendance user control, save it. Now it's done, it's completed. Now okay, let's make my login page as startup page, where it is, yeah, right click on it, set a start page. Now run it by F5. Now let's close the previous tabs, log in with the admin, close this one, continue. So it will take me to the admin page, admin home page. Okay, okay, here one more thing, we have left the logout for the both panel, the teacher as well as admin. So first we'll implement that. Okay, uh, we'll get it from the master page, that is for admin, we'll get from the admin master page. Admin master page, I think this one, yeah, this is the logout button. So we'll need to create an on click event. For that, create a new event, and the page for that we have opened here. And here we need to first destroy the session, that the name of the session is admin, and make it not by here session name. We have to do it by session dot abandon. It's a method, so it will destroy the session, and then after we need to redirect the page or the user to the login page. Okay, so right now we are in the admin folder. So while going back to the login page, we have to move a step back from the admin folder. So for that we'll use this, and now after that login page name. Okay, yeah, it's done for this admin. We'll save copy from here and use it for teacher panel also. Teacher master, logout button, create on click event. First of all we will destroy the session, then it will take me to the login page. Okay, save it. Now it works properly. Yeah, let's check it. What happened? Didn't take me to login page. Sorry, that teacher panel page. Let me debug it. If I didn't was the password, then okay. If I pass the wrong password, then it will show login failed. So it means this worked. And to add the breakpoint on the button click event inside the login page, so I can debug it and check what's going on here. Yeah, then why it's not taking me to the teacher home page? Okay, so inside the teacher home page we need to add breakpoint, then we'll come to know what's the problem. Teacher home page, teacher home. So on the page load event, I've taken or added here breakpoint. Now we'll log in the teacher. Okay, press F10. It came here. Okay, we didn't change the user session name here, so that's why it's been open here, because the session of the admin is null. Of course we need to check here for the staff that we have taken. Okay, so now it will check the staff is value is null or not. It's not null, so it's telling false. That means it will not go to execute this part, and will open the home page of the teacher. Yeah, need to change that session name. That's it. And here we click on logout, it will do logout part. Yeah, so it will take us to now login page. If I log in with the admin, it will take me to the admin home page, and removing this breakpoint from here. Continue. So admin page has been opened. We click on logout. The admin got logout. Okay. need to change that session name from the admin to the staff in all pages for the teacher panel, like for the marks details we don't want here, student attendance, like here staff, copied, save it, and go for the teacher home page. We have done that, and these two page where we have taken user control, so that will have to do here. Okay, now here the problem comes that we have added inside this user control page. On the page load event, we'll check the uh, login part. So if this page, this control we are using for both the admin and the teacher panel. So in the teacher panel, when it's login, so their session name is staff, then it will take me to login page, so it will not going to work, right? मतलब हम लोग ने ये जो है कंट्रोल, यूजर कंट्रोल हम लोग ने दोनों के लिए यूज किया है, एडमिन के लिए और टीचर के लिए, राइट? तो वहां पे जो सेशन, अगर मैं टीचर से लॉगिन करता हूँ तो मेरा सेशन नेम जो होगा वहां पे स्टाफ होगा, तो क्या होगा, यहाँ पे चेक करेगा नल है, नहीं है, तो मुझे ना क्या होगा, दूसरा वहाँ पे लेके नहीं जाएगा, तो इसके लिए वहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा। तो इसके लिए मुझे यहाँ पे क्या करना पड़ेगा, यहाँ का ये रिमूव करना पड़ेगा, और मुझे पर्टिकुलरली जो पेज में मैंने यूजर कंट्रोल लिया हूँ उस पेज में मुझे वहाँ पे ऐड करना पड़ेगा, मुझे यहाँ से कमेंट करना पड़ेगा। तो मैं उसको यहाँ से करता हूँ कॉपी और इसको करता हूँ कमेंट, ठीक है। सेम मुझे उसमें ही करना है दूसरा यूजर कंट्रोल के लिए, जो कि ये है ये वाला, इसको भी we need to comment it out this also, and now we need to add it in here, like we didn't add it in which page, this one need to add here, need to change the session name, same for this above page marks details, save it. So it will work now. Now we have left the admin also. Employee attendance details there, expense details, marks details, I need to add in marks details here, okay. And one more page, that is the student attendance details here, save it. Now it will work. Now as I said, we have to make the selected menu as an active menu, right? So for that we need to do some changes and add one JavaScript query also. So let's do in teacher master. After this script, add one more script tag. Inside the script tag, let's copy this whole code from here and we'll replace this script, paste it here. Okay, let's first align it, control KD, save. So that's align here. This is for the active page. One more thing, we need to add this id, this is the id subheader, so we need to add this id inside our this design page where uh, lies the ul list for the menu, ul li tag, I think here it lies this ul inside this div tag, yeah. So here we need to take id and paste the id name subheader. Okay, now let's run it and check. uh, yeah, let's run it and check. Can see now it's working. Like which page I have opened, it's been selected, right? So it's working. Let's do it for the admin side also. Go to the admin master page. We'll have to add that code, this one, and paste it here. Need to align it, format it properly. Control K D, and need to add the ID inside the div tag. Yeah, this both lies inside this div tag. Need to give here id as sub header. I think hyphen in between, sub header, okay. Save it and log out and log in with the admin and see. But it will not work for this the the menus lies inside the menu. That means the sub menus will not work here. It will only work for this the menus. Okay, let's. Okay, it will not work for this one because it's not going to show which page is been selected. So that's why it's not work here. Only for single menus it will work. Okay, here in like here admin home page. Can use it as a dashboard for the admin and can show the number of classes, total number of class count here, and the subjects total number of counts, subject total number of count. The subject will can show here count of teachers, will show students count, and yeah, that's we can display in the admin home page, and we can name it as a dashboard. So it's look good, and admin can come to know by seeing that in dashboard that how many records are total being present for this class, subject, teachers, how many teachers are there, and how many students are there, and all that we can do it here. But I'm not going to do that. We can do it by own. Okay, I think uh, I've shown whatever I have done in this project till now. Okay, if I in future if I can, I made some make some modification in this project, I will definitely add it in YouTube. Okay, uh, thank you for supporting me and showing love for this project. Thank you for watching this project. Take care. Bye bye.